Session 8.
These are the learning outcomes for this session.
So session 8 is all around portion control. And then we start off, as with all the other sessions, with subjectively scoring how the patient is progressing towards their nutrition goal, their physical activity goal, and also their lifestyle goal. And then we record again their weight, automatically calculate the BMI, we enter their waist circumference, and we record their steps. So here we have just a little bit of information about portion control, and this is in relation to a normal large dinner plate. So as you can see here, we want to make up our large dinner plate with 1/4 of lean meats or lean meat alternatives, around 1/4 of cereals or starchy vegetables, and then the rest of the plate made up by we call here free foods or eat plenty foods, which are basically other types of legumes and vegetables. This is just a representation of what would be relevant to the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. So it's just to give your patient a visual about how they can make up their normal meals in their meal prep for dinner time, lunchtime, and this relates to almost all meals throughout the day. Here we move on to understanding about food labels, and these food labels are displayed on all food packages in Australia. The tabs that pop up are specifically around calories, and the average adult daily energy intake is around 8,700 kilojoules. With this program, we don't recommend people actually counting their kilojoules, and if they follow the normal Australian Guide to Healthy Eating and actually using the 5 food groups, then this should roughly equate to the person if they consume a normal breakfast, lunch and dinner, plus the odd snack of fruits or nuts, etc. throughout the day, then this should equate to around the average adult daily energy intake. Just some other information about how to read food label. Up the top, generally on food labels, we have servings per package. So if you see a high number there, you can pretty much assume that there's 16 servings in this package displayed on the screen. So going ahead and eating half of it is probably not a good idea. We have some other information about total fat. So choose foods with less than 10 grams of fat per 100 grams. And we want to try and limit our saturated fat intake throughout the day to around 10% of our total energy intake. Sugars, aim for foods with sugar content with less than 15 grams per 100 grams, and also about our serving sizes. So like I said before, to compare nutrients against foods, you use the 100 gram column. So then almost all the food packages are going to have this broken up as per serve and per 100 grams. So then you can actually, when you're in the supermarket, look at the food label and compare different brands, different products, and obviously go for the labels or the brands that have a lower sodium intake, with much more beneficial. A higher fibre is what you want to look for, and have a lower sugar and total fat and saturated fat per 100 grams. Down the bottom in the corner, we also have some more information about food labels, and it's from evidence-based, government-based website with some other information that when you could either go through with your patient, or you could just leave your patient to browse through and kind of understand and then ask questions later. And that's the end of session 8. We can view the report as we do with every other week. That's the end of session 8.